This video shows the repair of a latch lever for a J1772 EV charger from AxFast or Accell. The connector has to be disassembled to replace this lever. There are 5 screws along a clamshell on this half. Those screws require an Allen wrench that's 2.5 millimeters. The screws are all 3 millimeters, but they're different lengths. The screws are 20 millimeter length, 16 millimeter length for those two, and 12 millimeter length for that. I'm going to unscrew them. There are nuts on the back. Just make sure you don't lose those when you unscrew it. Those screws are now removed, and you can see they're indeed different lengths. They'll have to go back in the right spot. Again, that's a 2.5 millimeter Allen wrench. The clamshell has to be split in half. There's a seam, you can tell along here. These seams are pretty tight, but in general, this will come apart somewhat easily because I've taken it apart before. Yours might require more persuasion, but it's a pretty deep groove between the two of them, so it may take some effort to pry those apart. But once you get it open, you get a look at the interior of this. All right, so let's see if we can take this apart. So we lift this off. I'm going to flip it over, and this bottom half is the half I want to take off. You can now see a little bit more of the details. This is the lever, which sometimes breaks and needs replacement. There's a spring in here, and there's a switch. So we're going to extract this spring and lever. We'll take that out, and you can see how that sits. We're going to have to put that back together. There's a 3 millimeter pin in between them. Now, I make and sell on eBay a replacement lever. The replacement lever is seen here. Of course, it's very similar to the original one. It's 3D printed out of ASA, and you can see the original one there. And we're going to swap the two to do the repair. So in order to get that to work, we have to slide these pieces together, get the pin in there and through. There's a hole in there, but the key thing is there's a post here. We're going to hook the spring around this post. See if I can get this assembled and watch the switch so that we don't crush that. We'll try to get this together and get the pin into the hole without crushing the lever. Okay, so that's half in. You can see this lever is still out. But the key thing is you can actually, even from this side, switch that spring in there. And you can see this now kind of works. Bring the other half of the clamshell in and assemble that together. You have to put the nuts back in this side and screw the screws back into the other side in the right holes. Okay, those 5 screws are all back installed along with their nuts, and you can see and maybe even hear the switch doing its thing. The lever comes up when you press it, and you can hear the switch opening and closing.